Randy, the issues we raised right from the beginning of this project is exactly what is happening at the moment. Just like you put it, clear vindication. Okay, we never said anywhere that it is not possible to embark on, health infrastructure. That's not what we said. But we said that, look, from the way the president and the background of the president, and from the way the president is speaking, when you promise 88 in 1 year and they couldn't deliver 1 out of 88, when in your own manifesto, 2016 manifesto, page 34, bullet point G, they told the people of this country that they were going to upgrade all district hospitals and build one where there is none. Randy, I have a copy here. If you want me to read verbatim from their own manifesto.
No, we don't doubt that.
You understand? And so we said that, look, if you think you want to embark on health infrastructure, look, take your time, do due diligence, feasibility studies, because you see, Randy, in 2020, when we're considering the 2021 budget, paragraph 982, so the 2021 is talking about 2020. Do you understand? Listen to what they said about Agenda 111. And he's here saying, okay, Mr. Speaker, in pursuit of the government health infrastructure drive, including Agenda 111, the ministry has awarded contracts for the construction of 101 district hospitals. 101. 101. Okay? Hospitals. 7 regional hospitals and 2 psychiatric hospitals and rehabilitation of Ifian Kwanta Hospital in 2021.
So it means that we're being told that in 2020, 111 contracts
have been awarded. What are we talking about? In fact, we're told that cadastral plans were available. How do you get cadastral plans without going to the land, knowing where you have land and where you don't have land? And they are making it look as if the places where there are problems are the 4 places we went to. In their own report, you can read how many, you can count them, how many are active. You can read in their own report.
So does it mean that contracts were awarded even when land had not been secured?
Fantastic, that's what they are telling us.
Okay.
That's exactly what they are telling us. And you see, it is not as though when the president realized that they were not going to be able to deliver the 111 hospitals, the president came back to tell us that no, just like the 12 months to 18 months, and he came back to tell us that, look, we can do before I leave office. That is understandable. But in this case, they didn't even want to give us the document. We had to push for it and threaten them that not until we get those documents.
But that's why you are parliament.
Of course. Yeah. And so the impression should not be created as though, we have revised our position and Ghanaians are aware of it. No. Most of the information we are told, look, have you forgotten, if you give $1 million as mobilization to somebody, we are in this country in 2018. The vice president came to tell us that we had inflated the cost of construction of hospitals and that one hospital could be constructed around $1.5 million. Have you forgotten? I can read. I have the extracts here. Have you forgotten? Now you have given mobilization more than $1 million. More than $1 million, and yet nothing is being done. And you say we shouldn't talk? So, Randy, especially when this secretariat has been put right under presidency, so everybody expects that at least the due diligence will be a bit up as compared to the ministries, directly under the ministry. So you can't tell me that about 2 years after telling me that you have awarded it on contract, how do you pay mobilization when you don't even have land? How do you pay mobilization when you don't have land?
Or how do you award a contract
when you don't have land? When you have mobilized the person to go to site, where should the person go? There's no land. So it's an afterthought. All these reasons I understand. For me, Randy, I keep saying that where I am on the health committee, I do not want to be vindicated. Because anytime I'm vindicated, the country suffers. You understand? And so they must be transparent. They asked for even the David Ajayi issue he brought himself. As at the time.
Maybe another day. Okay. We can have that another day.
So don't go into those issues. Because look, we have a whole dossier. And we are going to take them one after the other. These documents we're giving myself and the chairman. We have it here. Okay? Now we have all the site. In fact, we had 5 several questions that they should even appear on the floor of the house to come and brief us, the whole house.
Yes, so wait for that.
They had refused.
Oh.
Yes. More than 2 years.
No.
They had refused to come and tell us about the status of Agenda 11 until they were pushed that we were going to consider their budget. You can ask my chairman, ask the minister himself.
But
if you ask the minister will tell you that the Agenda 111 secretariat is not under the ministry.
Yeah.
That's what he'll tell you. In fact, media houses wrote to their ministry and they were told.
But he's not lying.
Of course. So don't get the impression as though, I mean, the information is there, they are ready to give us information. I am telling you that.
But you have it.
So I am telling you how I got it.
Oh.
That's the point I'm making.
Oh,
so, Randy,
did you break this?
We are saying that, look, the way we are going, Ghanaians, because you see, if government wants to construct 1 or 2 or 3 hospitals, government can easily do it. So that's what they are going to do. They will struggle to finish 1 or 2, in fact, maximum 5. And then try to commission them.
Suppose you finish one.
We are doing Agenda 111. Meanwhile, you go to the various sites and then works are not ongoing. So Randy, I think that
it will be done.
Given our circumstances, our peculiar circumstances, where we have invested not less than 21.8 billion Ghana cedis because of COVID, and yet we are blaming COVID for this financial difficulties we find ourselves in. And I believe that henceforth, on any platform, the NPP and the government should not be allowed to attribute the financial difficulties we have now to COVID. Because if for nothing at all, if you have an economy that you pump in a matter of 2 years, you pump more than 21.8 billion, let me even take the Auditor General's report figure. Because, Randy, the figure Baumia gave was different from the figure the president gave. That was also different from the figure the finance minister gave, and obviously different from what the Auditor General has also given. So, if you have a country where you pump in such money and you come back and tell us that we're in difficulties because of COVID, and Randy, on the 7th of February, we are going to do what we call public hearing.
7th February.
Yes.
Wednesday, who do you mean? What are you referring to?
Okay, so the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, and then Finance.
Okay.
So the first
joint committee.
Joint committee.
Okay.
Because you see, what the Auditor General has done is just a tip of the iceberg.
Okay.
There are a lot of things, and one of them, if you check the table 1, Randy, you realize that they have stated that they use some amount of money for the 2020 budget support. When you calculate from their own table, you are getting about 16.5 billion. But so 16.5 billion. So if you are talking about 21.8 and you have used 16.5 for budget support, obviously what is left around 5 point something billion, isn't it? But in the Auditor General's report, his own report, he says that out of the 21.8 billion mobilized, the amount that was used activities and the rest was used in budget support. So they used 11.
Could it be that the Auditor General didn't account for some sources of funding?
Exactly. So why shouldn't he? For example,
so maybe a reconciliation will do it.
So I think that the Auditor General himself probably must come and speak to his own report before the committee. Because you see, Randy, just like you have mentioned, Germany gave us some money, about 40 million euros. Korea gave us about 30 million euros too, 60 million euros. You recall the country director for World Bank?
Yes.
He said we benefited about 903 million US dollars. Do you recall? Now, if you pick the report, he has accounted for only 430 million dollars.
Yeah, so it means that there
are inconsistencies in the report.
That's why you are part.
Exactly. Okay. So we will sit down. I'm only telling you that what he has done is a tip of the iceberg.
I think we have our closing.
Yes.
You see, this Auditor General's report, I'm happy when some of these things come up for public discourse. Now, the rule, and the general rule, and he knows it, is that the Auditor General's report is meant for parliamentary consumption. So that PAC, you remember?
No.
Would then invite all those people for clarification and all. I remember last year, EPA, we had our bit, so we had to go in there. And the moment we explained, and then things went just like that. So sometimes certain information may be put there, but upon further clarification, you may know that it is not as it is.
Right.
But there are other times that, sure, what the Auditor General's report says are sacrosanct. There are many instances, I do not argue. So I would want us to wait for Parliament to sit down, call all those people in there. And the good thing is, at the PAC, it is the opposition, the deputy minority leader who chairs. Deputy minority leader. Yeah, he chairs. I mean, we appeared before him and the committee, and they were so diligent and hardworking, and they will get things straight. So we can, for purposes of conversation and all that, we can be discussing it. But let us get Parliament, Public Accounts Committee to scrutinize and bring all those that have been mentioned for their side of the story. After all the authoritarian pattern, listen to the other party. Okay. Then we can make judgment. Right. Now, I'm happy also that today my colleagues at NDC have seen Auditor General not condoning or not doing anything but serve the nation. And serving the nation. Yeah, that's why you have the Auditor General.
Let me tell you the background of this week. That's why you have
consistently
push on the floor.
No.
Even at the point in time, our motion was thrown off.
This is Auditor General's report. The very Auditor General you did not want to see. But you impugned a whole lot of meanings to disappointment. And today, he's and his team are working. It is for Parliament to go through it, scrutinize, and where there are wrongdoings, all right.
So one of our viewers, our other viewers, Malik Adama, said something interesting on what we were discussing earlier. He says that per valuation procedure, to choose a company for such a project, 2 years experience in construction doesn't qualify you to even handle such projects. Even with a 6-unit classroom block, the minimum requirement for a company to execute is 5 years. With Agenda 111, at least, minimum experience of a company should not be less than 10 years in managing such projects.
Well, that is for him too.
But are you aware? I'm sure you're aware. But I'll still ask. Are you aware that as at the end of November, our debt to GDP was 93.5%? November 2022. And this is minus ESLA, Dachi, Get Fund, Cocoa Board, all those ones. According to the Bank of Ghana.
It's there.
Yes, according to the Bank. As at November 2022, 575.7 billion or 43.9 billion. And this represents 93.5% debt to GDP. That's at end of November. And this excludes all the things that the IMF is asking us to add. That's the end of November. 93.5% debt to GDP. Bank of Ghana says.
Well, we've said over and over that the country is in dire situation. And the economic outlook is not good. Globally, but locally, we've had our own share. And so there's the need. That's why we're calling on all others to come on board so we can rescue ourselves from this economic mess.
93.5% debt to GDP.
Well, if it is not that.
Minus all those things. Minus all those things that they're supposed to have. The ESLA, the Dachi, all those things that we've been doing debt restructuring on. Minus all of them.
We've gone back about 20 years back.
93.5%.
I'm telling you, we have no country. The economy is gone. We've gone back. Randy, what's happening in this country?
Doomsaying.
No. See, that's what they do.
Did you ever think that in your lifetime?
Yeah.
Did you ever think for once that in your lifetime you would see a Ghana with a debt to GDP of 93.5%?
Well, we've had that before.
When?
Before when?
During the structural adjustment program.
You are speaking of
1983.
When Ghana last won the Africa Cup.
So you can imagine how many years we have gone back comparing it to
the point is
2023. Can you imagine?
So I'm asking you, like, I'm sure that at that time you probably were in secondary school or something, or university.
That's where we are now. In fact, that's the truth. That is where we are now.
In my lifetime, I never thought of you would be encountering so many things, epidemics and all those.
And this is their creation, Randy. No. This is their creation.
You see, the circumstances of the day.
What circumstances?
What?
Tell me.
Circumstances.
Why?
Global
So tell me.
economic trend. But you see, I hate comparing nations. I hate. I don't want to.
Yes.
But just recently, I read. I was in London.
Yes.
When U.S. reported that they have raised their debt.
Read the latest report on America again. Read it again.
Compare it to our own countries, the nearby countries.
Read it now. Read it.
But that time they were not negative.
For a country,
all they needed is to print more dollars.
For a country that at 2016 had a debt to GDP of about 55%.
Yes. 120 million.
In 5 years, moved to 93.5% debt to GDP.
So then you measure the circumstances.
What circumstances?
Oh, please.
What circumstances?
Please.
Why do you know why we are here?
The circumstances within this space.
The main reason why if you don't know, let me tell you.
What?
Let me tell you why we are here. We are here because
Uh-huh.
of one, incompetence and arrogance.
But we need to go.
You will not listen to people.
I
You will
remember
not
to
listen
take
to
my
anybody.
medication before.